Привет, comrades, TFCom here. I haven't made a video in a while, so I decided I'd get to it. Where to start? Basically, I guess I'll start with court. I am still waiting on that background check to be done. And I know I sound really impatient. It's because I am. And also the fact, I gotta graduate soon. Oh, I'll have to get those later. My keys fell between my seats. Oh. But yeah, I gotta graduate soon, And after the background check, it'll take at least a week to get a court date. And that's just simply because, I won't be able to do it the week of. Because I won't be able to ask off of work that fast, So at least be a week before I can get my court date there. And then all the paperwork and everything else. And then there's the fact they could still say no. I could have all this paperwork, paid all this money, and it's a lot of money. Could have done all this, and they could say no. Thankfully, from my lawyer looked into, there's no one, the person that we're assigned under, there is no bad things about her with trans issues, but there's not really any good things either. Like, it's just not really, it's just not really her thing or whatever. Haha, better know. And it's not her thing. You know what I mean? It's just more of like, I think she's done like one. It's not a common thing, especially in Texas, but whatever. He said our only really worry is that we want to get the lawyer themselves. There's like an assistant lawyer, I forget what the name of it is. Judge, that's what I meant. It's like an assistant judge, pro judge, or I don't know what he called him, but we want the actual judge, because the assistant judge, which they usually throw for smaller things like name changes and stuff, is usually very, very weary to do gender change, especially since it's kind of an iffy if they have authority or not. So if we want it done, we're gonna need to get this judge, and if the judge isn't available for a few more months, what can you do? I mean, I don't want just my name changed, which obviously, if I was just gonna get my name changed, I wouldn't have paid all this money, because the name change is like $50, and you can just go down the DMV, get it done one day. Like, it's seriously that fast. Like, name change is insanely easy to get done, but gender change is very, very, very difficult to get done, and pretty much impossible unless you're also changing your name at the same time. It's like a weird set there. It's like, you can get your name changed, but then it'll kind of screw you over with gender change. I guess you get your name changed again, but, so definitely want to get them together. That'd be very ideal. I don't know. We're trying. I don't blame my lawyer. It's very, very, very frustrating for me, because I'm pretty sure we're not going to reach the goal that we were trying to reach, but I don't know, guys. I need to check if my teacher's posted my grade yet. That's something I need to do. I forgot to do that. And I can't do that when I'm on recording with you guys, sorry. But so far, all but one class, because I haven't looked at it yet. It could be passing, could be not, I don't know. But all my other 4 classes are passing. And most of them B's, which is good. I mean, I have a high B in math. I don't do math. I talked about it in one video that I'm not a math person. And I'm used to barely skimming by in math, but then again, it's the 3rd time I've taken the class, so that could be the reasoning there. But not much I can do there. But let's see. I didn't want to get into it anymore in detail because I'm having a lot of issues with my roommates right now. It's getting very violent, and I don't want to get into any more than that. Just giving you a small update. Water's still off. It has officially been 3 weeks now. I went to the laundromat for the first time in, oh geez. Well, it was the first time ever going for myself, but I've gone with my dad and my stepbrothers before. So it was really weird to go to a laundromat, you know? I was like, I don't know how to work the machine. What do I do? And, you know, it's not like I don't know how to wash clothes. It's just that, you know, they're so different. They're usually really outdated compared to what you have at home. And just plus, plain and simple, every washer is insanely different than the others. So I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Scared face. But, you know, I think I figured it out. I say think because my clothes didn't get done. They wouldn't dry, like, very well at all. They were really damp when I brought them home, but I ran out of quarters. Not to mention the fact that they just weren't drying well at all. People were leaving, so I was like, I don't want to, you know, keep them open late if they leave and let me keep them open late, you know? So I was like, you know, I'm going to get out of here. I don't want to be bugging them. You know, people have hours for a reason. But I went on Sunday, so yeah, last night. Wow. It feels like that was a week ago. But yeah, it was last night. My clothes are still, somehow they smell burnt, but they're damp still. So it's like, I don't know what happened here, you know? But okay. They smell like metal. Which I couldn't place the smell until Suna came into my work. You know, mentioned, she was like, you know, hey, I would just, you know, came back from the laundromat, you know, we were just talking about that. And I think it brought it up because something about, she asked for quarters or something, I don't know. No, she saw my Starbucks cup, and she mentioned that she only gets Starbucks when she's at the laundromat, and there is a laundromat right next to Starbucks, and that's the one I went to. So I was like, yeah, you know, I went there too. Did you have any issues with the dryer? And she was like, yes, they always have issues with the dryer. So it's not just me, but and she's like, and then she even phrased it. She's like, did you get that like metal smell? And I'm like, yes, that's what that smell was. So, you know, it's not just me. It makes me feel a little better, but it's kind of, I mean, I guess technically they're clean, but I don't know. They don't feel clean to me. Then again, I also feel like a grimy mess still. So, you know, I'm sure that's a big cause of why they don't feel clean, because I'm not clean. So putting on clean clothes onto a dirty person is just going to make the clothes dirty. It's not really helping anything. So I get that. But it just got quiet all of a sudden. What the fuck? Sorry. I don't know. I'm going insane. That implies I was sane at one point. Ha. Ha ha ha. No. I don't know, guys. My mind is right now. Yeah, I don't really want to go home. Me and my roommates are having a lot of issues. And so I also need a video done. So I'm just gonna, I guess, hang out in the parking lot like usual. Maybe I'll buy something. I'm trying not to do that since I'm pretty low on money as it is. When I say low, it's not like I'm out of money or anything. But I have like $80 and I still need to get my oil changed, which for the special type of oil I need, it's about $50 there. And that's $30 for emergencies, and that's especially since, you know, I don't get paid again until Friday, so I'd have to make $30 last until end of the week. And I've done it before, but it was not a good situation. It was like I was not eating at all. I was eating maybe once a day, and I don't eat much to begin with. But you know what I mean. Like it was a pretty situation there. But I did it, and I could do it if I needed to, but I'm gonna try to avoid doing that, obviously. Let's see. Thanksgiving's coming up, for those of you who aren't American. It's a holiday where basically you become glutton. You just eat and eat and eat until you pass out. That's the easiest way to explain Thanksgiving. You eat until you pass out, and that's legitimately it. The history behind it is supposed to be that when the natives here, when the Europeans came over, they say pilgrims, which is it is what was it? It's a certain type of religion that is it's mostly up north. Like, I haven't met anyone down here that is that religion. I don't remember what it was called though. I'm losing it. It's it's like Amish almost, but Amish is like the way you present yourself, not the actual religion. What is the religion? This is bugging me now. But whatever. They came over because in Europe they were being prosecuted for not being Christian or Catholic, I think, at the time. So they came over. The stories of Native Americans helped them grow corn and plant things and things like that. And so they all it was a harvest time in November. It's a slightly different day every year. I think it's like the third week or something like that. But it was harvest time. They harvest all the stuff, and they had like a big feast to celebrate their newfound friendship. It's history is a lot more brutal than that, obviously. There's a lot of killing and diseases and rapes, and it was a bad situation. But the history books are saying like it's a cute little celebration, and we give thanks. It was Thanksgiving. It's literally just where you eat until you pass out and watch football. There's always football playing. So it's a very American holiday. That's the easiest way to put it. It's like the most American stereotype ever. Other than Black Friday, which is the day after it, which you guys may not know either. Basically, put it frankly, this one's probably a lot more heard of than Thanksgiving, but Black Friday, everything is on sale, or pretty much everything, usually like 90% off, and people literally kill each other fighting over TVs and game systems and things like that. Prepare for Christmas and da-da. But, like, I'm not even kidding. There is hundreds of deaths a year on Black Friday. Like, it is a bloody, bloody day. And to help that, some stores have started doing deals online, or they'll start some deals Thanksgiving night, so it was spaced out a little more, less rush. They'll pre-order things, like, in huge, huge amounts that, they don't run out. They still will run out, I'm sure, but I think last year it was down to only, like, 132 deaths. So it went down a lot. So, that's helping, but that's not a... Whew. My dad actually worked on Black Friday at Walmart. Do you guys have Walmart out of the U.S.? I don't know if you do. And I say this now because I know I've looked, and yes, the majority of my followers are from the U.S., but now that I have the little statistic, I know that a pretty good chunk of you are not from America. Almost a quarter of you are not. So, I don't want you left out. You don't understand this stuff, obviously, but Walmart is basically the grocery store of grocery stores. You can get anything there. You can get electronics, you can get art supplies, you can get clothes, you can get food, you can get pet stuff, you can get school stuff, you can get medicine, fruits, veggies, which is, again, food. You can basically get anything. You can get pots and pans and silverware and bedspreads and hunting supplies. I mean, you can get... Sorry, I was not focused, but you can get anything at Walmart, and it's usually like half the price of anywhere else. Usually a little more flimsy because it's cheap, but like you can get 200 plates for like 80 cents. So it's a pretty cheap place. People love Walmart. It's great. But as you can imagine, Black Friday, they're cheap already, plus the sales on top of it. I'm sure a huge majority of the deaths are at Walmart's. There's some Targets and stuff too, which basically is Walmart but more expensive. They actually don't offer as much. Well, they're starting to. But, you know, basically Walmart is like the main store in America. And I'm sure that's where a lot of the deaths come from. But my dad worked there on Black Friday, and he worked late at night, so he was probably calmed down a lot more than in the day. But he came home, like, hair a mess and shirt untucked, you know, kind of like frazzled. He's like, "Don't ask, I'm going to bed." And I'm just like, okay, you know, okay, we're not gonna bug you. You look like you've seen death. You may have seen death. Again, we never asked, he never told us. So, you know, that may have happened. Yeah. I think he did say one person went to the hospital. I think he mentioned that. But he wouldn't say if they lived or not, so. But yeah, it's a bloody holiday. But a lot of people make the ironic comparison that, you know, the day before is Thanksgiving, you give thanks, and then the next day you kill each other. So it's like, you just spent a whole day saying what you're thankful for, but now that's not enough, you better get more. And so everyone says it's ironic, but for me it's not at all, because literally, as I said, Thanksgiving is pure gluttony. So it makes sense that the next day would be killing, you know? And that maybe sound crazy to people, but it always made sense to me, because that's what it was. You were a glutton, and then you went and killed each other. I mean, people started planning the Thanksgiving dinner earlier and earlier in the day so they could prepare. People were wait outside for hours and hours and hours. Some people wait outside for like over a day so they can be the first in the store and get the deals. And it's horrible. Especially since now they're starting a day early. People skipping Thanksgiving altogether. Or, you know, one person will cook Thanksgiving, the others will hold their spot, you know. They'll run over and bring food for everyone else, and they'll eat in line. Like, people are so into Black Friday right now. And a good thing, though, is they're having Cyber Monday as a newer thing. A few years old, I think, now. But Cyber Monday is Black Friday deals solely online. So, you know, there is some Black Friday deals online already, but Cyber Monday, and it's everything. It's Amazon, eBay, Walmart.com. I mean, it's pretty much every single website ever. There might be some exceptions. I'm sure the European ones obviously aren't, you know. So you have to look at where your website's based. But I wonder if they're going to do it for T-Turtle. I love T-Turtle, guys. Well, you know, I've done, like, giving away shirts and stuff and things like that. I love T-Turtle. I need more shirts. I need more shirts from T-Turtle. But I need to stop. Because, you know, first of all, I don't have a permanent address now since I'm moving. Which I'm not going to get into now. I'm going to not talk about it until after it's done. Again, I don't want to cause shit right now. But, yeah, so I don't have a permanent address right now. And plus, I know I end up spending a lot of money. And I'm bad. Plus, I don't get to wear the shirts very often. I get to maybe one day off a week at most. And you know, sometimes I work late enough in the day that I could change before I go into work. So I have enough time to wear what I want during the day, or vice versa. I work really early, so then I go home and change, and then the rest of the day I get to wear what I want. I love those days. Those are more common. And those are great, but I have so many shirts that I never get to wear, and there's newer ones coming out every day that I'm in love with, and I'm like, stop! You're too good. You're too good to me. T-Turtle, sponsor me. No, I could never wear your stuff, but I want to so bad. I have like pink shirts and everything else, and I love it all to bits, but I can't wear them, which sucks. I guess I could wear my sleep shirts, but I don't want to wear my sleep shirts. See my tears. Feel for me. Actually, I think I work tomorrow morning, so I could probably wear it tomorrow, but I could be wrong. I may not be tomorrow morning. Maybe not. I don't know. Again, I keep it in my calendar on my phone, but I can't check my phone because I'm recording. And then I usually, if I work mornings, I rush straight to school afterwards. And then if I work nights, I rush straight from school to work. So it's like, You know, I don't get time to change usually. You know, when I work mornings, then I get time to change after class. But that's not until like 3 or so. And by that point, I was already out, you know. Might as well go do whatever I needed to get done and whatever. And, you know, I don't change. But, whatever. I don't want to complain with that. But Cyber Monday, yes. It's just sales online. They're usually amazingly good. A lot of people get things like rat cages and things like that. I say a lot of people. Not a lot of people have rats as pets. But people I know and hang out with, you can get ones that are like $200 originally for like $50, and that's really good, guys. But maybe I'll get a fancier cage for my rats. That's a good idea. I need to mark my calendar for Cyber Monday. But but I would have just gotten paid Friday. Oh, I'm gonna spend my entire paycheck. I'm bad. But again, so it's basically Saturday and Sunday are the only 2 days that aren't crazy. But Cyber Monday, a lot of online things says are out of stock. Or they'll get it to you like months later because as they make it, you know. But some of them won't even let you order because they have said they have too many orders, you know. Which is sad. Those smaller websites, you know, they're like, we only made so much. But yeah, so Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's coming up. It's next week, next Thursday. And it's always been an iffy thing for me. I usually try to celebrate it with my father. Because we spend a lot of time making pies and stuff with my grandma, who lives up there too. We make pies and fudge and cookies, and it's like a big family thing, and we love it. Past few years, I haven't been able to do that, and I've celebrated, I think, I celebrated 2 at home. Yeah, I did 2 at home. Back up, you know, I drove all the way up to home, and I don't even think I got the full day off work. Like, it was pretty chaotic, but, I did that, and it was, to say the least, it was drama-filled, which I think anytime a lot of family gets together, it's always going to be a disaster. You could be the sweetest family ever, but anyone in close quarters is going to snap. And all the stress of preparing food and everything else, they're just like, I'm going to murder you. And it was very bad. My mom had broken up with this guy a little bit before, and he decided to show up, and it was screaming and yelling, and then my sister refused to come inside until he left, and so we were all screaming at her, and then people were crying. It was, yeah, it's never good. But this year, BJ, which I know I joke at that name forever, and it's not even a nickname. That's like that's her legitimate name, BJ, BEEJAY, BJ. If you don't get the joke there, I'm sorry, but that's her legitimate name. Like, it's not even like a nickname. That is her name on her birth certificate, BJ. Whatever. She is my uncle and my mom's brother. She is his wife. Are they married now? I don't know if they're married now, but they've been dating for they've been together for at least 2 years. And, she's, I don't hate her. I don't really like her either. It's more of, I'm kind of like, I don't know you. And she's the same way, like, I don't, you know, she invites me to places, and she invites everyone, but she's just kind of, to the whole family. She doesn't really like us. Then again, I'm sure she's heard really horrible stories from my uncle, which are completely justified. So she's probably like, you know. But, last time I went, it was really sweet, actually. It was for her daughter's birthday. I was kind of like, why am I invited? You know, like, I don't know this kid. But my grandma was going, and she wanted me to come with her. You know, she invited me. I had the day off work or something, and I was like, yeah, I'll go. It may have been before I even started work. Yeah, it might have been. I don't remember. No, I've been in the company for over a year, so it has to have been before. I don't know. I had the day off, though. That's all I remember. Or at least I worked later or something like that. But I went, and my whole family was supposed to go for the party, but no one really showed up but me. I think they showed up for like an hour maybe at the end, but and it is a drive. It's an hour away from where I'm at now, and like 2 or 3 from where my home is, you know, my home, you know, where I grew up. So it's pretty far away, over in Nacogdoches. But well, it's near Nacogdoches. It's a little further than Nacogdoches, but it's such a small town that no one really remembers what the name is. Like, it's outside of city limits, but there's no real city that starts yet. You know those type of towns. There's well, you maybe not if you're up north, but in south, it's a lot of things where it's like you're not technically this town, but you're also not that town. You're just kind of there. And until there's enough houses that are there, they won't make a new town. You know, it's wherever they're building and stuff, or they'll call it like Tyler outskirts, you know. Well, you're not really part of Tyler, but you're pretty much there, you know. But yeah, he's over somewhat near Nacogdoches. And I went, and he had never heard anything about me being a guy. Or at least I never told anything, and he never talked to me about it, so I assumed he didn't know, and I was kind of scared about that. My grandma said she swore she never told him anything. But I came in, and he looked at me, and he was like, "Oh, hi, Drew," which is my little brother. And I'm like, no, it's, you know, I was like, I don't know what to say. And then, my grandma was like, "Oh, this is Rebecca," which I know she was trying to be helpful, but please don't call me that name. It's a really bad thing with it. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. Do you go by Beck or Steve? I don't know. And I'm just like, right away was okay with that. I didn't know I can't tell if he's joking or not, you know, because again, I can't tell sarcasm. So I was like, I go by Eli, and he's like, okay, cool. And I'm just like, that, okay. And he's really not a talkative person, so we kind of wandered off, and I was like, is something gonna happen? You know, I don't know what's going on. And he kind of whispered something to BJ, and I was like, crap, you know. And then she was like, hey, Eli, can you help me set the table? And, you know, she didn't say anything else about it. She was just, I'm Eli. And I'm like, okay. And I don't know if they just didn't want to start shit with, you know, the little girl's birthday party, but I know she came up to me, and she's like, you're my cousin. And I'm just like, yes. And she's like, I have one question for you. And I was like, crap. Because I didn't really pass very well back then either, so I was like, crap. And she's just like, I'm going to play Doc McStuffins. Will you be my patient? And I was like, yes, I will be your patient. And we got a little bandit on my knee and everything else. Anyway, it was cute. But it was just like, what do I say? So, in the way, I guess I'm glad my grandma said something, but, you know. I really want to make these videos. I really want to keep talking, but my videos keep cutting off, and I don't want to make like 4 videos or an hour-long video, you know? But, basically, yeah, they're having Thanksgiving at her house this year. And my grandma invited me again. I'm guessing they said you can extend the invitation. Because my grandma's not a very outgoing person. She doesn't, like, go out and make friends or bring people in. You know, you have to have, like, tell her, you can invite this person. You know, like, she's very... And her boyfriend's even worse that way. But, so I'm guessing I was invited, but she told me I could come. As it is, I don't know my schedule for the week yet, and I want to ask off, but I know we're probably not gonna get it, and it's not gonna be fair to everyone else who's actually gonna, like, maybe they're actually gonna cook all day themselves, and they need the day off then. But we're having our dinner thing around. They said that we'd be my grandma's going there at 11 to set up, and she said, we'll be back in time if I want to go into work at 4. That's her current plan. So I'm going to try. She says, ask to work night. I'm thinking I can work in morning and then get off. I'd get off at like noon or 11 or so, which I guess she could, I don't know if she had to be there at 11 or leave at 11. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I like working mornings though, which seems weird to everyone else. I hated it first. I was like, I'm going to sleep in. I do not want to ever work mornings. I hated it. Oh my gosh, I love it now because there's almost no customers. The customers who are there are super sweet old ladies. You can actually get work done because you're not just like boom, boom, boom with customers. Oh geez, I swear like 90% of what I get done is during the mornings. Once it hits about noon, then it starts getting bad again. But you're so, like, everything gets done really easy. The most you have people, like, you have few couponers that only go in the morning so that they're not as disruptive at night. Like, it's really sweet people in the morning. I love it. I love it so much. It's really good. And you can have one person there and not be overworked. But, so I kind of want to ask for the morning and then maybe drive up to meet them there. But at the same time, I knew I should save money and not waste gas. But I know also that I don't know where the address is. I have GPS, but I like being able to choose when I can leave. But at the same time, I don't really want to I don't know. I know there's gonna be a lot of cars in the parking lot anyway for my brother, my sister, my mom if they all end up showing up. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm kind of waiting to see if I even to just wait and see what he gives me. That sounds really bad though, because I may not even get the day off then. But I don't know. I don't really know them too well enough to like be disappointed by not having the day off. But I don't know. Unfortunately, Thanksgiving usually turns religious, where they're like, you know, I'm thankful for God. I'm thankful for what God has given me, and it's like, okay, that's sweet, but you do realize that I would say they're thankful for like he died on the cross and things like that, and I'm just like, okay, that's sweet, but you do realize that you're talking about Catholicism and Christianity and stuff, which is exactly what people who started Thanksgiving were against, right? You do realize that, right? You don't get the connection there, but I don't know. I don't care. I just get free food. The only iffy part about that is that she's one of those really good cooks, you know. They say really good cooks, which means everything's really fancy, and I don't like that. It just kind of like, I don't want macaroni and cheese with like bread and croutons and peppers and all this stuff. I'm like, no, just give me macaroni and cheese. Give me some Kraft or something like that. You know, like I don't want all the extra stuff. I mean, I don't want to be mean. Like, I'm sure she's an amazing cook. But people seem to think so. I just am very picky, and I don't really know her, and I don't want to pick out food and like get looks or something like that. But we'll see what happens. Kind of looking forward to it, kind of not. I don't know. I'm debating continuing this video or making a new one for the next thing. I'm gonna make a new one, so I'm gonna cut this off here before time runs out. But anyway, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So TF Calm signing off. Bye.